whatever I say, whatever I do, whatever you don't agree with, if you know I love you, you got to have enough something in you to embrace me anyway, because daddy, listen, he just don't know. He just still, but he mean well. Love me. If you give me that, we good. That's how I am in my family. So I don't embrace my family. And they're wrong. You may not know that. You may think otherwise. Just so you know, y'all, sometimes y'all wrong yourself. And most time I tell my family to just look over it. Just gobble it up. See, y'all want to point at the preacher kids, the preacher family. You see, anything they do is magnify. You're doing the same thing, but you want to hide yours like it's not. Now, don't take out of context. We don't have a report about you when church is out. This is me talking only so that you know how I look at the church, something I don't embrace with you, something I don't embrace with them. Come a time, my kids know, I think they know that. I embrace them. I love my kids, y'all, so much that I got them in my will. You know that? I got in my will. For now. Carter, you want to be in that Carter? I'm putting you in there and get them out. You Carter, you ready for that Carter? Carter, he ready for that? You're wrong, Carter. Who you want to kick out, Carter? The Tim, Kishon, or the Cora, Shemaine? Who kick out? All of them. Woo! You made 4 enemies, Carter. You messed up. Carter, you're wrong, Carter. You should have did that. But my point is this, y'all. Look, I'm trying to show y'all about reframing. Because my kids don't understand either sometimes. Because I don't embrace some stuff. Because who you are. You Takara Huckabee, something I don't embrace. Takara say, surely not. Because in the Takara say, I embrace, right? Oh, yeah. See, y'all, I wish you knew me like God did. You don't. You think you do. You don't. If you knew how much I want for your success, I promise you, I want to see y'all make it in your marriage, on your job, in your retirement, promotion, your health. I want to see your kids, man, going to be just fantastic. I mean, ain't gotta be no big shot, no high profile, just good Christians. But if they become, presidents and lawyers and principals and teachers and doctors. Hey, listen, I love all that. When your kids, listen to me, when your kids do good, you might not think so, I'm as happy as you are. You think when the car got Teacher of the Year, you think I wasn't happy as her mama? Takara got Teacher of the Year of Cattle Parish. What? My son one day, when he graduated from Green Oaks, he was voted Mr. Green Oaks. And the year as they graduated, he was voted Mr. Green Oaks. And that was me on that sign. His picture on that sign, but that was me up there. I'm just as proud as if it was me. But also, when your kids are hurt, when they're not doing right, when jail and gobble them behind the cell, man, you think I don't feel that pain? I do. Just like you. I feel it. I feel it when your kid's not even here. I say, my goodness. So much promise. Smart. Everything going on. Streets got him. Oh, my goodness. I feel bad for you and your child. I do. I recognize I have a limit. I can't drag, I can't force. So what I do is hope. I hope to instill in you. So you go home and say something. I'm gonna say something. I went to church today. Here's the pastor gonna say. I'm gonna say. You got 2 minutes to hear what I gotta say. Pastor said this, son. I want you to hear the same thing. Pastor said that he wished in his life. One thing he wished he had done was to give more honor to his family, his mother and father. I didn't see it back as a child, but he said when he got old, he realized God's word says 2 things God offer you as a promise. A promise. A promise. God does not break his promise. He said 2 things you can guarantee if you do it God's way. He said, number 1, he says you have a long life. Now, let's be honest. Longevity has its place. Longevity really ain't. I want to live long as God let me. That ain't the issue. TBC, you can live 20 years, 120 years. It don't matter how long you live. It's what you did while you live. But he says if you do the right thing by me, he said, I'm going to act in your life. I'm going to extend your life. Then he says, number 2, it's the main thing I wish I had to really embrace. He says, you obey your father and mother. He said that it'll be well with thee. What does that mean? That it will be well with thee. If it's well with you, you got good health, you got good favor, open doors, promotion. I'm saying, he says, if you did those things, so you think it don't matter how you treat your mama, your daddy, talk to them any kind of way, disobey them, disrespect them. You think it's you sneak out, you think you got away. I got away on mama. You think that's no consequence to that because they didn't catch you. I had a friend of mine, a little boy, around about maybe 12 or 13, named Joe. And his grandmother kept him. He was old. She couldn't chase him. She couldn't do nothing with him. The mama, I never knew her. Daddy, I never knew him. But his grandmother kept him. But she's old. She came wrestling down, can't chase him up the street. So she told him to go in, go to bed, whatever. Anyway, he sneaks out the window. And I'm out that night under the stars, in the yard, me and my friend talking. And we see him walking in his car, leaving the road, go on the sidewalk, not going fast at all. Ran him down, and we didn't know what our eyes saw. It was dark. We had street lights, but we went out there and there was Joe on the ground. And I heard that his mama had told him to go in there and go to bed, but I heard he sneaked out the house. She didn't know it. While he sneaked out the house, the car hit him. Ran to Joe, you all right, Joe? He said, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. He stopped breathing. That was it. Now, I'm not trying to tell you God did it, but I can say Joe brought it on himself. His life was cut short in the midst of disobedience. So I'm telling you, there's more at stake on your parents than just saying, nice girl, nice boy. Much more at stake. Now, I'm going to end like this tonight because, see, some of you all don't understand trying to refrain from embracing. I understand that's your child. I understand you love them. Come a time. No, sir. You gonna do that? You won't come up in here. Oh, mama, come on, mama, ain't nothing but a little 40. Listen, son, you got one choice. Throw it out or you get out. Now, you make your choice. See, some of y'all can't handle that. But God's word says it's a time to do it. Talking about the right and wrong times to embrace. So he says tonight, I'm going to bring peace. Don't think I can bring peace on earth. He says, not peace, but a sword. Okay? He says, whoever loves anybody more than me is not worthy of me. If your son, daughter, brother, sister, husband, wife, mother, dad, more important to you than God, you got the wrong embrace. Love your mama, your brother, your kinfolk, love them. But nobody get more of me than God. I love all my loved ones. But I got a line draw with you. I got a line draw with you. You get to a point where you just reject and resist and determine, I want your stuff. Listen, okay, all right. I love you. Take care. Moving on. I'm not going to embrace something that God rejects. That's the problem we have in the church. You want to embrace stuff God says, I ain't with it. Because somebody else does it, you want to think, well, they don't. They say, where's the co-pastor? Where's the co-pastor in the Bible? You heard of co-pastor? Where's that at? I'm making a point to you. What is that? You break some stuff up and you want to make it part of something God didn't put in the church. I'm using for example. My wife can't do no more for me up here than down there. And see, we so philosophical. Well, if it was me, man, that ain't how you judge world. If you can't judge right wrong by if it was me. Man, God has stated what's right and what's wrong. Anybody, what you think about it? That's the problem we having. So we embrace junk. We ought to be not embracing. Refrain from embracing. I went to church one night. I was invited to church one night. And, oh, Pastor Hunter, happy to see you all. I thought it was, some. And I got sitting in the chair, and woman got in the pulpit. The Lord. I said, oh, my, what is this? I said, man, I got to get out of that. Why? Because God ain't with that. I can't associate myself. Now listen. Y'all heard something the other night, other Sunday, about deacons and what the word preach means, what have you. Made it very clear, I'm going to say it again, that the word preach means proclaim. We all have that duty to share God's word. I ain't talking about that. The one talking about when God says, how shall they hear? Well, the preacher, I'm talking about him. That one that God called specifically for this duty. I don't mean this generalized stuff. You're right. We all preachers, right? If you're going to go with that, I can accept that. But when I say preacher, I mean a man that God has called specific to the office. Okay? I don't mean this stuff y'all do, a witness, and I want to testify. I ain't talking about that. So when you say that a deacon can do baptize, they can preach because Philip and Stephen did. Listen, first of all, those men were never called deacons. Now, I do believe that's where it started. But those men have different duties. My point is, you need to understand what God's word says and line up with that and stop letting folk tell you what they want to gravitate God's word into because Philip and Stevens baptized and proclaimed God's word. You said, Deacon do the same thing. Listen, if you mean like that, listen, I don't agree with you. Male and female can do all that. Ain't what I'm talking about. The part I'm talking about, the part that God called from his Holy Spirit, called to this office, not your duties. We all have a duty to share God's word. I'm in the office. You ain't all called to the office now. Okay. You ain't all called to the office to lead. But we all have the right and the duty to share God's word with the world. All of us have that right. And you should do it. You don't need no license. You don't need no ordinations. Just do it. We all have that duty before God. But don't get it twisted, okay? God didn't call us all to the office, okay? So, that's what I'm going to end with. And I'm going to show you what God's word says about this. And I'm going to go home. Turn to 1 Corinthians. I'm talking about trying to embrace. Trying to refrain from embracing. Okay? Look one more time. 1 Corinthians, 7th chapter. I'm going to read verse 3. Come down to the context of it. My verse is verse 5. I'm getting verse 3. Then we'll be ended. Verse 3 says, let the husband render to the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife to the husband. The wife has not power of her own body, but the husband. In other words, don't tell me, don't touch me. The wife has not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise, also the husband has not power of his own body, but the wife. He can't say neither. Don't touch me. Which I thought he'd say that. But verse 5 says this. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent. Now hear me out. Defraud means, in this case, don't withhold yourself from your spouse. If she wants you, he wants you, you're supposed to accommodate. Now look what God's word says. I'm talking about time to embrace, time to refrain from embracing. Watch it now. Watch what it says now. He says, defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that you may give yourself to fasting and prayer. Watch it now. Then it says, after that now, you come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. Hear me out. Come a time, even in marriage, he said, you don't embrace. You get me? Listen, now God sanctified marriage. Even in marriage, there's a time to refrain from embracing. But you got to agree with each other. You can't just do it. And I'm being holy this week. Don't touch me. I'm being holy. No, you can't. You can't do that. That's not biblical. Okay? He says, if you're going to do that, make sure you tell him or tell her before you start. You got me? Next week, we're going to go on a fast. We're going to refrain from embracing. Okay? You get me now? Some of y'all, I don't care about you my woman. Look, it come a time. God say, a time to embrace. Now, listen, if he don't agree with it, lady, fella, you listen, they got to agree with it now. You got to agree with it. You ought to all be Christian enough. You know, come on, man. I can get 3 days of fasting and prayer, 3 days. Okay, give me a day. Give me a. Can I go one night without you? This night, I want to give myself holy. That's what I'm talking about. WHOLY. My body, mind, and spirit to God. Can I just do that? Well, what time you gonna be through? Some of y'all are just horrible. But my point is this. God says it's a time to embrace. And church, I'm telling you, we're the worst at that. With us, everything goes in the name of love. That ain't of God. So tonight, I think Solomon makes a very valid point. Know when to embrace and know when not to. Some things you don't embrace some things. I ain't gonna high five you on, man, I took homeboy wife from him. Man, I ain't gonna high five you on that. I ain't gonna embrace that thought I ain't gonna embrace what you did. I ain't gonna do that. My brother came for the church. Leave his wife in front of the church. She know nothing about it. And want me to pray over this and bless it. I can't do that. That's not of God. What are you doing? That ain't of God, man. I can't bless that because, well, listen, listen, that is satanic. God bless the marriage, not the breakup. Some of y'all eyewitnesses. I'm telling you right now. Something you don't embrace. Care who you are. What relationship you are to him or her. Hey, y'all, this old mess. Folk got all this stuff going around and y'all are there celebrating with them. Congratulations. Are you crazy? Don't congratulate some God says he frowns on. You don't do that. So tonight, time is our theme. Nice subject, the right and wrong time to embrace. God bless you tonight. God keep you. If there be one tonight that will desire to accept Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, if you're not saved, when you come right now as you are, baptism, a letter, a statement. Is there one tonight how to come? Is there one? God bless you.